So if your go-to dinner night after night after night is pasta, we got some help for you.
I think this is help just for me. We have Giada De Laurentiis. Nobody cooks pasta like her. She's been cooking up a storm thanks to her at-home blog, Jotzi. Hi, Giada.
Hi, guys. How are ya?
Look how cute you are in your kitchen. Look at you. Hi.
Hi.
How's quarantine life at that house?
It's been long, I'll say that. But actually it hasn't been bad. You know, I was just saying to a friend the other day that I know more about what my daughter's doing day in and day out every single moment of the day than I ever did before, and I didn't even know it. So it's homeschooling is interesting. I've sort of tried to perfect my TikTok dances because my daughter's had her 12th birthday during quarantine, and that is all she wanted. And she wanted me to get better at it. So I've been doing that, and obviously lots of cooking.
So what have been y'all's favorite meals? What have been your go-tos during this time?
Chocolate chip banana bread, which I think everybody has been making a ton of banana bread.
Yeah.
And this special pasta that happens to be Jade's favorite that has garlic, olive oil, peas, and prosciutto. So now
we want to get to the recipe, but I wanted to ask, I know your families, you have some family members in Italy, and I was thinking, I'm wondering how they're doing.
So my mom lives in Italy, in Rome, actually, in the center. And it's been really interesting. It was really rough at the beginning. So we talked to her every day. We would eat meals together over Zoom. I would have breakfast, she would have dinner because we're so many hours apart. And I think that talking to us regularly, I was noticing too that I talked to my mom every single day in a way that I didn't before. I would talk to her once a week. So I think it's really helped us communicate and connect as human beings in a way that maybe we didn't even realize we weren't doing.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I think even though we're far apart, we're still connected. And I think one way that we are trying to connect, or at least I am in this household, is by meals around the table. I think more people are sitting down and eating than before, probably. So will you make this delicious pasta for us? I want to eat it.
So prosciutto, can you see it?
Yes.
I'll pull it up in a second. I want to throw my pasta otherwise. You can do whatever pasta you want, obviously. I'm doing a little bit of a fusillo, like a large fusilli, but that's my pancetta. Can you see it?
Yeah, so why do you cook that? Why do you cook that instead of just putting it in?
Because I want it crispy. It's the topping, it's like the garnish. So I want it to be nice and crispy, just like crispy bacon, like bacon bits you would put on a salad. You don't want it to be limp. It's kind of not that tasty. Right?
Definitely not that you said it that way. No, thank you.
Exactly. So you could do it in a pan or you could do it in the oven. Either way works. It just gets all crispy, and it's kind of like bacon. So you could use bacon here if you prefer. And then you just dump a bunch of olive oil and garlic. It's so funny doing it this way.
By the way, it's fascinating.
What have you guys been cooking?
I've been cooking actually a three-dish pasta recipe. Like they put it on today.com, and it's basically a cacio e pepe. How'd that sound?
Wow, said it really nicely.
I
did.
What
did she say? What was that?
Cacio e pepe.
Oh wow. So cacio, do you know what it is?
Cacio is pepper and
well,
pepe is
pepper. What's cacio?
Cheese.
Chicken.
Yes, but do you know what kind of cheese?
Cacio. No. What is it?
Parm?
Parmesan.
It's pecorino.
Oh, pecorino.
Okay.
Yeah. So we haven't had pecorino at all. I just use Parmesan.
Okay, so you melt some butter.
No, yeah. All right, so you just brown the garlic a little bit, just till it's nice and fragrant. Then you add peas. Anybody? Peas?
Yes, peas.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you use frozen peas? Because that's all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Frozen peas. Just try to defrost them if you can. You know? Otherwise, there's a little bit more water in here, but not really that big a deal. And a little bit of red pepper flakes. I don't put a lot because Jade isn't a big fan of red pepper flakes. The little bit is really nice. It adds a little warmth. And you just kind of warm through the peas and the garlic together. And then you dump the pasta when it's ready. Let's see here.
Giada, first of all, as you put that pasta in, I know it's delicious because you made it. You're going to be doing a show from your house which I have to say, watching you cook like this is fascinating to me.
Yes.
You're moving the camera around, doing your own thing. Like this is going to be, where's this show going to live?
Food Network.
On the
It's
Food
my
Network.
show. Yeah.
What's it called?
I can't shoot from a studio, so I'm shooting from my house.
By the way,
With Jay
this is
doing
so,
the dishes. It should be funny.
It's mesmerizing watching you cook like this.
Is that cheese you just put in there?
Yes. I pre-grated my Parmesan cheese.
Okay, you should put it in.
So basically,
Let's see it.
no, this is Parmigiano. Cacio is
Parmigiano.
pecorino. So just toss it together. That's it. And a little pasta water. Here.
By the way, pasta water is important. Giada, for this recipe and all of Giada's recipes, go to today.com/food. Giada, when is your show going to be on?
It starts end of June.
Okay,
And we'll be watching.
Yeah,
We'll be watching.
We got a brand new series we want to bring you. It's called Bake Me Happy and Healthy. And helping us kick things off, come on, our favorite, Giada De Laurentiis.
Okay, and when she's not cooking, she's enjoying the good life in her new series called Bobby and Giada in Italy. We wish we could have gone. It's on Discovery Plus, where the two of them follow on an eating and drinking and cooking extravaganza.
Okay, boondoggle, Giada. I mean, I'm sorry. What are you about? What the heck is this about?
All I'm going to say is I am so grateful that we had this trip, since now I've gone nowhere for a year, just like everybody else.
Okay.
So, and I don't know when I get to Italy again. So thank goodness I had this trip.
Yeah.
Tell us about this trip. Bobby's a good friend of yours. Talk about what y'all saw. Oh my God, here comes your cat.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why does your cat always have to be part of it?
You know what it is? The minute she sees food or smells food, so I try to keep her off the set, but it's very difficult.
So does your cat like pasta? Is it like Garfield?
Well, the thing is, she likes cheese, and there's cheese in this, right? So she smells the cheese. Now she's smelling the camera, my phone.
Okay.
All right.
And she's just, Anyway, so we had a blast. Yes, Bobby and I have been friends for, I don't know, maybe over 15 years. And he's a huge fan of Italy, huge. And I think that's where our friendship sort of connected. And he was just like, we really need to do a trip together in Italy and shoot it. And I said, oh, you just want a free vacation? Is that what's happening here? And he's like, but I just really think it'd be great for people to see the two different perspectives. I was obviously born there. My mother lives there. And and he's someone new to Italy. And I think that the way that we both see the country, the people, the food would make a great show. And lo and behold, we did it.
You did it. Now, when you travel with someone, Giada, you know the real them. So is Bobby, what is he really like?
I'm not going to lie and tell you I didn't have my trepidations about it. I did. But we actually had a blast. Now, I will say we also spent some time separated, because he would go to a flour mill and he would do things on his own. I would go learn how to make fresh ricotta and do my own thing. So we did spend days where we were separated. Thank goodness. Yeah. Like any relationship, it's good to have some breaks from each other.
Oh, yeah, you're telling us. Okay, you are making...
but otherwise it was fab.
Okay, you are making something that I think we all are going to want to create. This is some pasta with roasted vegetables.
Yeah, so you guys have a baked week, right? So I thought I would do my baked penne with roasted vegetables. So it's slightly healthier because it's all veggies. There's no meat since it's January, but it's also super decadent and fabulous. So what I did here is I just chopped up some veggies, zucchini, squash, red bell peppers, and onion and mushrooms. And you sort of just chop them all up together, put them on a baking sheet, and I put a little bit of herb de Provence over the top. And herb de Provence is really just a dried herb mix. They say it's French because it's herb de Provence, but really it can be Italian, it can be anything. And different stores sell different mixtures, but basically thyme, rosemary, lavender, sometimes fennel, things like that. Salt. And I just kind of toss it all together. I already did the olive oil. I just poured some olive oil over the top. And we pop it in a 450-degree oven for about 15 minutes. And we're going to do that. I'm going to throw it in the oven right now, since we have time. And then they pop out like these. Can you see them?
Yes, they look beautiful.
I feel like kids would even like those.
Yeah, because they're super flavorful. And you could just Jenny, you can just pick whatever vegetables your kids like.
Yeah.
For instance, my daughter's not a big mushroom fan.
Right.
So I would probably leave the mushrooms out, add broccoli or cauliflower, anything that they might eat. It doesn't matter, right?
Cool.
Then you pre-cook your pasta. So I've already cooked my penne, and I kind of undercooked them a little bit so I have a little bit of a bite since they're going to continue to cook in the oven now for another 25 minutes.
This has been a debate here.
I don't like al dente.
Oh, what?
She doesn't like al dente.
Why am I crunching on my pasta?
But I'm explaining to her we have to.
First of all,
We have to do it that way, right, Giada?
Everybody says, I love it al dente. Nobody likes it like that. Nobody. Nobody.
well, first of all, Hoda, this is a dish that's going to go back in the oven for another 25 minutes. So if you cook this all the way, you're going to be feeding yourself mush, basically. That's what this is going to be. So, I mean, if you like it, okay. I'm not going to argue with you. But yes, it should be al dente. The idea, Hoda, is that the pasta regularly, I'm just talking regular pasta, finishes to cook in whatever sauce it's in. That's the whole idea.
All right, so you dump the sauce in. Yep. And then what?
And you can make your own sauce if you have time. And if you don't, you can use jarred, whatever your favorite jarred sauce is. Then I take all the veg and I dump them all in here. Oh yeah, this is easy. And the great thing about this, guys, is you can prep all of this in advance. Now, I like to put the paper on, but this is not helpful. So we're just going to get rid of it.
Maybe the cat will clean that up. Yeah.
The cat will clean everything. No worries.
Exactly.
And I have, there's 2 dogs here too, so they can clean it too.
Perfect.
Peas. And then here we go with the cheese. So we've got fontina.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of cheese. Do you guys know what fontina is? It's a nice soft cheese.
No.
It's from the north of Italy.
Okay.
It's got a nice sort of mellow, it's got more flavor than mozzarella, but it's definitely not as pungent as a Gruyere or one of those. But you could substitute with those. I also add a little bit of smoked mozzarella. Just a little bit of oomph.
We like how you say mozzarella.
Parmigiano.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to save a little.
Parmigiano.
I'm going to save actually
And
a
then
little
how long, I guess we are kind of running out of time. So how long do you bake it?
We are already?
That's what
I know.
somebody said. How long do you bake it?
You bake it for 25 minutes at 450 degrees. Would you like to see what it looks like?
Yes, please.
Okay. In the meantime, I just want to say that 2 episodes are in Rome of this show, and 2 episodes are in Tuscany.
Oh my God.
And I got to tell you, it was, I can't figure out which one was my favorite, but I think Tuscany may have beat it out only because I haven't spent much time there, and it was just drinking wine in a vineyard was
honestly, next time you do a show like this, can you invite us instead of Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby's fine.
We're over
Bobby. Well, listen, this show got made because of Bobby, so I don't think I would have been there either if it wasn't for Bobby.
Okay, well,
so
Bobby's indispensable.
So Bobby's got to come.
All right, looks really good,
Giada.
Giada. Looks awesome. It's good seeing you again, honey. We'll see you soon. For this,
bye, guys. Thank you.
Tell that cat hey.
For this recipe, go to today.com/food.
This morning on Today Food, one of our favorites on the show, Giada De Laurentiis is here.
Yes, she is world famous for her many, many hit shows on the Food Network, her best-selling cookbook. She's taken a new approach, though, with her latest.
That's right. Eat Better, Feel Better is packed with tips, meal plans, and recipes to help you choose foods that will have you feeling better inside and out. Giada, you're a world-renowned chef, but I guess you're also running some sort of exotic animal park.
Like Siegfried and Roy.
Tell us about that. Yeah, it really is. I got to think happening in Vegas, but you're taking it way too far.
Wow, it's like Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger.
Yes, I'm the new Miss Tiger King, I guess. Yes.
How much does that cat weigh?
That cat's actually, she's about 8 pounds. And, you know, the minute she smells food, since I'm cooking some mushrooms and I've got some fresh pasta here, she's all over the place. I try to keep her off the counter, and I know she's, you know, it makes people very uncomfortable. Unfortunately, when you're shooting from home, it's difficult to do a show, to cook, and to keep your animals all off. So
you just saw your cat run across the counter there. I'll comment. Well, maybe
it's early.
What is your cat's name?
Luna.
Maybe Luna will make an appearance as you cook for us. But on the book,
she's roaming.
On the book front, you say between the age of 40 and 50, you were on a personal sort of wellness. What was going on in your life on that wellness journey that sort of prompted the book?
Well, you know, I had my daughter late in my 30s and then worked and traveled a ton. And so when I found myself just riddled with sinus infections, and so much so that I would come to New York to do your show and I'd have to go see a doctor to get a steroid shot just so I could function and keep my eyes open. They got so bad. So I was on antibiotics constantly for years, every month. And I kept getting told that it was just, I had a small child and I worked too much and I traveled too much. So I started to realize, okay, it's got to be more than just all of this. And I started going on sort of a journey to wellness in really resetting my gut is really what it was, and my digestion, which I had, eaten the wrong things for too long. Mostly I'm addicted and was addicted to sugar. I still am slightly. I'm still working on it. But feeding myself things like caffeine and sugar just to keep going and not eating enough of the things that I needed. So that's what this book's about.
Okay. What are you going to make for us? What are you and Luna going to cook for us today?
I'm making you some pasta, but it is pasta loaded with vegetables, with arugula and mushrooms. So I'm making my paccheri with mushrooms and pistachios.
Ooh,
so the whole idea here is that you load, if you do eat pasta, and I say, on this particular wellness plan, you eat pasta maybe a couple times a week. So just kind of switch out the grains and make sure they're not part of every single meal of the day, and you do it a few times a week. But load it up with lots of veggies, lots of different types of vegetables, whatever kind of vegetables you like, and some lean protein. So anyway, we've chopped up a bunch of mushrooms, and if you come over here, you can see it's any kind of assorted mushroom you like. And then I saute them with a little bit of garlic and shallot. I add a little bit of...
Wow, Luna's running camera.
Oh, my God. That's a great overview.
Yes, well, I've got Shane over here who's,
Oh,
that's cool.
a professional.
See what you're doing now.
Anyways, and so, yes, Al, you know Shane.
I do.
Anyway, you add a little bit of Marsala wine. So the idea here is that you haven't taken away all the flavor of the food that you want. So a little bit of Marsala wine, and then I finished cooking the mushrooms in some chicken broth. And I talk a lot about processed foods and stuff.
We've only got 30 seconds left, Giada.
Before we go to Flash.
All right, so look. Okay, look. So you just take these lovely pasta, and you could do gluten-free if you want to, and you add it right into the skillet.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of cheese and a little bit of butter, but just a little bit. So I used to use a ton of both. Now we only use a little bit, so you still get the flavor, but you don't get as much as you used to.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you add the arugula.
Giada's coming back, right?
Tons of greens.
Yeah, Giada, you're going to come visit us at 10. You'll visit us at 10, Giada, okay?
The book is called Eat Better, Feel Better. It hits stores today. Recipes at today.com/food.
Bye, Giada.
Bye, Giada.
Bye, Giada.
We'll see you.
Arrivederci.